Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for... Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. In motion left, Curse.
Check 51, check 51. Hey, big drive right here. Check 25, check 25. Check. Hey, watch it.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. Baldwin coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance. He had career highs, Charles, in catches with 94, over 1,100 yards. That also a career high. Pretty good season for Doug Baldwin.
And I think the place that he really started to take off was midway through 2015. The connection between he and his quarterback, Russell Wilson, where they were playing more from the pocket and bigger plays downfield, and that just propelled him into 2016. That, and anything he perceives as a slight, he uses it to his advantage, and he just goes out and plays.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. In motion left, Curse. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. In motion left, Curse.
14.
Watch twist.
14.
Chef.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Watch left. Start right there.
Right, Blue Eddie.
Three down. Hey,
In motion left, Curse. They'll try and run down here with Procise. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll bang that one through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Four down.
Set. Zebra.
Switch.
Zebra.
On first down, Manning. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Gun. Blue 80. Heads up.
Throwing on first down is Manning. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Good job. Good stop, baby. Good stop. Receiver. Heads up.
Like 41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
And the wideout in motion. From midfield, here's Manning. And complete to Lewis over the middle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here we go on 4th down with Manning. He's got his man on the crossing route. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
In motion right, Baldwin. On second down, Rawls. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. And that way, you often control the game.
3rd down now following the run. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
It's caught, Lockett. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now receiver in motion left. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marcel Reese taking it in. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And his kick is... Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And New York set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that'll bring up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Zebra.
Manning will try again on second down. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On second down, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
14, switch gears. Slide, 380. Got it. 380. He's coming. We got double up.
Shotgun.
Safe. Big jumbo.
Play clock winding down. Here's Wilson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Kill. Turn it up. 95. Switch.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Let's go. Baby. Turn it up. Spread left. 91 in the mic.
To throw again is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Got his left. 19. Watch the edge.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Kirsch goes in motion right. Wilson turns and gives to Prosise. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. In motion left, Curse.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
14.
Kill.
Hey.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Doug Baldwin from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. 23 yards on the play. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And now they're in the hurry-up. Manning now on first down. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they're going to speed things up here. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Manning now on 3rd and goal. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
There goes Thomas Rawls. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Single. Watch 23.
Hey, gun.
Slam.
From midfield, here's Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Here's a nugget, Charles, on OBJ. This year he had 101 catches, now 288 for his first 3 years in the league. That ties him with his former LSU teammate Jarvis Landry for most catches for a receiver in their first 3 years in the NFL.
And just think about it this way. LSU is known as a running back factory as well. So wide receivers coming into the league and doing the damage they're doing, absolutely incredible. But I do know this. OBJ will tease his former teammate and say, don't forget, we're tied. But I missed a few games my rookie year. If I'd played those games, I'd be way ahead of you.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Four down. Check.
Zebra.
Under 10.
Manning now on first down. He's going to air one out. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll bring up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They'll come out in the pistol. Wilson to give to Rawls. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They go back to the air here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Regular.
Manning to throw on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The play clock's running down. And Hauschka's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
New York set to take the field. And he motions the wide receiver.
Hey, check 21.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things, obviously trying to create...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And on 2nd and 10 now. In motion left, Curse. They'll run with Rawls. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And New York set to take the field.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go back to the air here after the INT. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Regular. You're set. You're blue 80.
Hey, watch Sam. Check, Mike.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Manning to throw. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing is Manning. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Manning over the middle to Beckham. And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Manning. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
This will be caught inside the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the...
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Paul Perkins taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best.
Put your foot on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 32 that time.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Check. First down. Check 37.
Time running out here on the play clock. They come up in an offset eye. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Break. Strong right.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Oh, were the Giants able to recover? Yes. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. That's it.
In motion, left Shepard. Manning going to throw to Shepard, complete over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Tight end to the left, tight end left.
That's it. Hey, blue 80. Zebra, zebra.
Check.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Manning. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike, 41, Mike.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Manning now to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there, couldn't hang on. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
He's checking crash.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing now is Manning. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
4 down. Motion.
Blue 80. Heads up.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And now another one thrown incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 5-4.
Check 24.
Zebra.
Check 25. Check 25.
Hey, watch it.
Watch twist.
Regular. Ship. Zebra. Gun.
Watch twist.
Now Manning, gotta have this one. Surveying the field. Now this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. And the Seahawks get ready.